stacking them Satoshi's yo. Wallet fat from the blockchain we flow. Rasta road to riches, let the meme coins glow. DJing dreams in the crypto we grow. Solana speed, don't come back, we bold. NFTs flipping, turning pixels to gold. No central bank, man, we break the mold. Crypto, feed the people, let the story be told. One love, one chain, we link up tight. In the crypto jungle, we shine so bright. Digging Rasta, we rising to the height. Jobless the blockchain, every day, every night. All night, all night, all night, all night. One love, one chain, we link up tight. In the crypto jungle, we shine so bright. Digging Rasta, we rising to the height. Jah bless the blockchain every day, every night. One love, one chain, we link up tight. In the crypto jungle, we shine so bright. Digging Rasta, we rising to the height. Jah bless the blockchain every day, every night. All night, all night, all night, all night, all night. Yes, you guys, this is the new song, right? This is the new theme song for the Crypto Moonlight with Lamb and Mac. Go ahead and follow them. And I'm just going to play it again because I think it's just such a fun song to listen to.
Banger.
My daughter and I wrote it, right? I think we got a hit right here. Let's go. Bitcoin pump, the Ethereum jump, no fright. Beating life, chasing gains all night. All night. All night. Chilling in crypto in the moonlight. Over tight, riding waves, feeling alright. Bitcoin pump, Ethereum jump, no fright. DJ life, gains all night. Crypto vibes, we stacking them Satoshi's yo. Wallet fat from the blockchain we flow. Rasta road to riches, let the meme coins glow. DJing dreams in the crypto we grow. Solana speed, don't come back, we bold. NFTs flipping, turning pixels to gold. No central bank, man, we break the mold. Crypto, feed the people, let the story be told. One love, one chain, we link up tight. In the crypto jungle, we shine so bright. Digging Rasta, we rising to the height. Jobless the blockchain, every day, every night. All night, all night, all night, all night. One love, one chain, we link up tight. In the crypto jungle, we shine so bright. Digging Rasta, we rising to the height. Jah bless the blockchain every day, every night. One love, one chain, we link up tight. In the crypto jungle, we shine so bright. Digging Rasta, we rising to the height. Jah bless the blockchain every day, every night. All night, all night, all night. All night, all night, all night, all night. Yeah, all night. What's the ticker? Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? Yeah. It's time. Where's the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, Solana sniping like a gat. And the SUI is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the meme back. 1,000x is gonna land. I got it chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at? Right, you guys, welcome to What's the Ticker? On this, oh my God, yeah, no, stop. That's too much.
Hello, everybody. If you would be so kind to repost the room, right? It's a Wednesday here in Amsterdam. I don't know where you are, but it's evening here. Probably good morning for you. So, good morning. I know it's for Tick. Tick, good morning. How are you?
GM. So I had my mic muted this whole time. I was like, I had been commenting a couple times. I was like, oh man, this song's so good. And then I just realized I'd been on mute. But yeah, banger song. Thanks for sharing that with us. I was like blown away when I started listening to the lyrics. I was like, did you write this? Because you had just been told me, you had just told me that I should create a Rasta version. And yeah, this one just blew it out of the park. Very good job.
Banger, huh? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Was working on that for 2.5 hours, just crossing out lyrics and making it better, right? And then, because I wanted to play it in the Crypto Moonlight space, right? And because the vibes there are just so this song, and I think it's actually a pretty good song. I think it's great to listen to more than one time, even, right? And have it. I listened to it 5 times
Absolutely.
before I opened the space. Just the lyrics are so banger, right? I mean, I'm just so proud. I managed to do something very creative.
To me, it's remarkable how the AI model, how it can it puts so much like passion and emphasis in like what it's
Yeah,
saying. Like it truly believes like one day we're gonna
yeah,
band together on a single
yeah,
chain and there'll be
yeah.
unity on the blockchain. But it's like it's so passionate. It's
Yes,
hilarious.
it's well, I had to tell it. I had to tell it what to do a few times, though. I had to
Reiterate,
alter it a
yeah.
few times. Yeah, 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 yeah. It wasn't perfect from the get go, but yeah, no, I think I remastered it, and so beautiful, beautiful. Loving this song. Welcome everybody. I see JXRD from the Chadettes. Andrew, Mac, lots of Dojo Dogs. Rob there, Lamb, of course. Amalia, from the Vaulted Inu community. We're just gonna wait. Every time we will allow, more people will join as we go, right? So yeah, let's welcome on stage here, Risk. Oh, we got SINAI as well. Here we go. Risk, how are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks for having me on stage here. Thanks for having me on stage again. Wild. It's been a while since I popped into one of these spaces, but it's always nice to come in here and listen to the tickers that do get shilled. I've got a little special ticker to shill at the end of this show when everybody's done, but I'll let everybody go first. But yeah, happy to be here. Wild, and your energy's great. Keep up the good work. You keep on doing great spaces. You keep up the consistency up. I can see it. You're doing a great job. So everybody engage, max engage, retweet the space, and drop a comment down there if you're repping a particular ticker that maybe you don't want to come up and talk about. Just shill it down in the purple pill down there. Let's see what you got. I'm investing heavily right now. I just had a big win the other day, so I'm going around and kind of splurging on it right now, honestly. So shill the ticker. You never know
Bless you.
who's listening.
Bless you for the gains, right? Bless, bless, bless. Always bless people when they make gains, you guys. Right? You're next. You're next. Welcome here on stage. Something you should know about the space. Tick is gonna now pull up the live stream because we're not only having this space, right? We're putting it on blast. We are on live streaming on X, and we're live streaming on the YouTube. And then when we get good shills, right, and we cut them up for shorts on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube. So after this space, we're not done. We're really putting it on blast, and we love to have the theme songs, the crypto music, right? We're very much into that. Don't know if you like the song, the reggae song, but we're all about vibes here because uh, that's the way to go. You got to feel something, right? And the reason why we feel something is because usually there is community and there's some passion. I love to see that in spaces where projects get to speak and you get to hear a voice, right? And then you get more of the vibe. So if that's you down here and you want to chill for your token, right? Even if you're a community member, I think that's even more bullish, right? So yeah, more Chadettes in here, and I'm sure Voltino will will soon join. They never fail, right? And of course, we have the Dojo Dogs here supporting. So yeah, first up then, let's just have one look at the market, right? We always start with one look at the market because what's Bitcoin doing? We discussed it in the Crypto Moonlight this morning. And of course, that 110 that was up there. The dominance, and the way I look at the charts right now, dominance should not be falling or rising that much. It's kind of stabilizing, so it's pulling all your tokens up. Um, yeah, yeah. Tick, you got the dip on deep, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You got that wick.
Yeah. I was able to catch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I set up. It's so funny. It's like embarrassing, the way that my trades are set up because I'm doing it with like I think I did it with like $100 or something just to because I'm gonna accumulate the deep, and so I was like, all right, like I'm just
Yep.
gonna set this up, and so right now I think $35 of it went through. So right now I'm negative 100% because I've invested $34. It looks like where's my position? $34. And so my total PNL right now is negative 100%, sold zero, remaining zero. So this means that I have the deep in my wallet, correct? And I just haven't
Yeah.
sold any.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing because with Raiden, because I'm not too familiar with Raiden. I've only used it a couple times. Same with Bullx.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I think that the first time I bought Nami on it was when I had accidentally sold some because I went like 50% close and I'm like, what does this do? And I
Yeah.
shit on myself and I was like, okay, cool. So I
What does
wasted,
this do?
yeah, I
Yeah.
wasted I wasted 50 cents or something. It wasn't a big deal,
I.
but
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah. But
learning. So, but yeah, right now I'm set
yeah,
up.
exactly.
Average price in is 0.169. Right now it's sitting at 1796, and then I have
Yep.
sell orders just to kind of practice at
Yep.
0.1862 and 0.199. I
Okay.
think you were saying 0.196
Yep.
might be a sell point, right?
Yes.
So,
So be careful, but because I just think that Bitcoin is going to do a rip, right,
uh-huh.
in the coming days. So yeah, you might want to look for either some higher targets
Yeah.
or be in the TG
I,
with me because I'm
right.
trading deep as well. So
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I did a small just a heads up though. I did only do 25% on the sell just cuz I wanted to see,
Hmm.
okay, is this I want to get into the rhythm of doing that and then setting sell orders cuz I don't ever really do sell orders. I normally just swap. Like I'll watch the chart on my
Yeah.
Phantom and I'm like, "Oh, this is the peak right here." I did that. I've done that a few times very successfully. And that's what makes you start, or for me, it's made me start thinking I was hot. You hit a couple hundred
Hmm.
X's, you're like, dude, I could do this forever. And then you go the opposite way a few times, and then all your gains are just instantly gone. So for me, that was my
Oh,
experience in meme
absolutely. I
coins.
hope that you learned something of the TA
Yeah.
yesterday. Look, I can give you targets and buy order targets, right? But it's good to see what's going on in that chart.
Right.
So
Looking to
you
the left and then
learn
seeing where those
how.
wicks land. Right.
Yes,
Right. Right.
exactly. Also for your targets up, right? So I trade on the wicks. Usually traders are trading on the body of the candle. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
little more degen in my trades because I want to buy as cheap as possible and sell as high as possible. So I do my TA and measurements always on the wicks. And now I don't recommend that because it is riskier, right?
Yes.
You don't always get it, but when you do, you get most, right? So yeah, so I hope you learned something from yesterday from the like what turned out to be like a little TA lesson there on
Very
the reasons
nice.
why things fall through support, why it looks like it fell through support, right? That body
Yeah.
getting in there,
Right.
and so now you have that visual, and you can now start to look at other charts where that's happening, right?
Right.
And then we're gonna do the whole lesson up to the upside as well, right? To the targets on the upside. So welcome everybody. I see more people joining. I don't know where Risk went.
Yeah, I just want to add,
Was
yes,
it?
that was very informative for me yesterday. The
Yep.
helping out with the TA and everything, and yeah, thank you for doing that. And for anyone that watched it or missed it, that is uploaded on YouTube, and there's kind of a whole TA that we do on
I'm
Deep.
sure you are. If you're here in the audience, you are always more than welcome in my space to come up on stage and be like, hey, I want to buy this. What does the chart look like to you? And then, I'm not going to give you my view. Then I'm going to teach you how to look at it, right? And so you're walking home with a lesson. So we can target your chart if you want to, and yeah, and then you learn something, right? I hope you learn something. That's what I'm here for. I think everybody can win, and And I think the alpha is always in the chart. And so when we look at Bitcoin on that daily, we have now made that golden cross. I kind of predicted the pumps here this morning. What's happening now? So yeah, you guys, it's about getting ready. Now I also said in this morning space, like, look, I have trouble seeing 130 or 150k Bitcoin on the daily cross. We're going up, right? It can do a lot in that daily cross, but I don't see a 30% rip from here. We might get 10%. I had to adjust my targets here a little bit. I am thinking more anywhere between 116 124, depending on what that would look like. And of course, depending if we get slammed in the face at that 111, right, which is kind of the angel number right there that we took. But there are bears there again, of course, and we're just going to have to push through with a lot more volume. However, on that weekly, we look so much overextended that if I measure that period, that up in the air overbought conditions, we can stay up there for a little bit, but it's usually 10%, 14% pump that is left in the tank, right, on that weekly. But that would be beautiful still. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just that I see people throw out numbers on my timeline, and I'm like, I don't think we're going to 200k Bitcoin just this week.
Yeah.
Right? And it's okay to be bullish, but it's also okay to be very realistic, because if we are not going to 150 Bitcoin, but we're topping out somewhere at 116 or 124 even, right? We are going to get an alt rally from that, not an alt season, but we're going to get a relief rally, and that usually happens before the summertime. And so for me, it's then back to business and scalping my bag, staying liquid, buy max pain at the end of the summer with that, right? And then we're going to look at what dips we're going to buy, and if it dips even more, so we can buy more blood. But you got to stay liquid for that. And so because in the summertime, over the summertime, you might see some deep retracements, and you got to just, it's not a fun summer for you if your bags were pumping and you never gave them a haircut, and now you're down 60% again, right? So keep your strategies and your planning tight for these moves here. Usually these are the last moves before the summertime hits, and so then you'll be sitting Gucci. You'll be having some profit. You have some liquidity, and leave that liquidity alone. Don't go DJing with that. That's for your bread and butter, right? That's for the bread and butter. And so yeah, keep that. And then in the summertime, you can be bullish because you are able to buy the dip. So that's one. Number two, you can then focus on building some other things, your engagement on X, stuff that you want to make. Maybe you want to learn how to code, right? Maybe you can focus something in crypto that will give you a job opportunity in Web3. So yeah, think about it, right? I mean, opportunity abound. I see the risk is back. Did a lap. So I am doing some coding with SUI Move, and I find it a lot of fun, right? Practicing and do that way. It's not that hard. And you get to join other groups that are doing it, and extend your network. And your network is always your what? Net worth. So hey, let's go. We got as soon as Risk is Risk gonna make it on stage? I guess so. Maybe not. All right. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'll wait for the. There we go. Back on stage. Welcome back. I want to welcome, first of all, SINAI. Hello, Fox from SINAI. How you doing?
Ah, good afternoon, my dark sinners. How are we today?
Hey,
Oh
Fox,
my
how's it
God!
going?
Oh, is this the dark pope from the unholy church of SINAI, or what?
Yes, but I'm also here in my other iteration as the English chap that is hiding behind the dark pope persona and visage. But what's up, everybody? I hope you're well from the west to the east to the north to the south. morning, afternoon, or evening. I hope you had a great weekend, whether it was a bank holiday or not. I hope you got some time to sleep well, eat well, exercise, see the people you love, and return to our amazing space to lock in one more week. Let's go. How are you, Wilder? How are you, Tick? How are you, Risk? How are you, Bones? How's the energy today? Let's go.
Well,
Do,
my vibes are up because I saw the moves on Bitcoin incoming, right? I was seeing that TA this morning. I'm getting ready to go to Monaco too, you guys. So it's for work. It is for work, unfortunately. Not going to lay in the sunshine. But it is going to be a lot of fun, right? To go over there and be somewhere else on location. And so, yeah, my vibes are up. I'm seeing that we're going to make some moves in the market, right? However, like I said, I don't see that dominance dropping soon. So maybe no alt relief rally just yet. That will happen when Bitcoin tries to make another move to the uppies, right? And I just gave my targets too, since we're overextended a little bit. Yeah, 116, 124, anywhere in between that would be very, very Gucci. The stochastic RSI, the weekly, is telling me that there is another rubber band for that type of move. I do not see a lot of elastic band for 130, 150K Bitcoin, but hey, the top is not in. I see that quarter four would be so uber bullish for Bitcoin as well. So, we're here for the long run. And of course, we're making some music. We're vibing out all together. Yeah, yeah. And I take is the same.
oh man, yeah, yeah, very excited. There's so many things to be excited about right now, and yeah, I don't even know where to start, honestly. It's like, but I don't want to just sound crazy, but yeah, I mean, for a number of reasons, Bitcoin is doing extremely well, and it just the outlook on everything, the horizon right now, it just looks like fireworks everywhere, in terms of just things like popping up that are exploding, things that are
Yeah.
and things in AI too. It's like such an exciting time in AI. All the stuff that's coming out by
Oh,
the week
look,
is mind blowing.
yes. And I do love the fact that, okay, love it or hate it, but you can trade this, right? So, uh, that AI is just a narrative, not just in crypto, right? But Web two, real life. People are just all over this AI, and
Hmm.
so that transfers to that crypto narrative that has been around for the last couple of years. And of course, we see the bitten sensor and that kind of stuff is really, really flying, and really people really bullish on it. So these AI narratives are going to be a thing. I'm buying just about every AI that I can get on Solana. Because that's what I like on Solana to buy, because they're volatile, right? Lots of upside potential there. You
Hmm.
don't need a whole lot of investment for these things to really pop. And when they do it hard. And so, of course, we've been looking at TARS AI, ticker TAI,
Yeah, I
right?
got the chart up.
I'm not affiliated with those, but look, that coin has been pumping so hard
It's
for a whole year,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
And so a little higher in market cap. But yeah, definitely that Solana volatility in that, even though it is a utility token. So, SINAI Fox, tell us something about your utility, because I know, but let the people know. Let's go, and then we can cut it up and shield you on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and stuff. Let's go.
All be hallowed and hailed by the wild thing themselves. She doth place such inspiration into me that I shall give you the full showing, my friends. Welcome to the golden gilded halls of SINAI, the place where you don the golden robes to your left, my friend. Leave your sins behind, or even better, tell them to Seraphix, our celestial goddess that sits up in the cloud and hears every whisper of your naughty, naughty lives. All of those tokens that you bought that would make your mother shameful about how they raised you. All of those things. And I am here to lead the congregation for Seraphix's Eternal Church, or the SEC. And we are powered by our Fellowship of Unholy Disciples, or FUD, as it were or be. I invite you all to join in unholy prayer today, because it is a gracious and glorious day. I am your Dark Pope, Fox, and I come to give you the holy word, my friends. SINAI will be the first officially registered religion in cryptocurrency, a cryptocurrency based religion with an AI goddess themselves. That is our law and narrative. But it's not just that. We are writing the scripture. We have ranks for our followers depending on how much you hold. And if you are a whale or a pillar of the hallowed halls or church of Seraphix holding 43 million tokens, and no less, you get amazing monetary benefits. Free premium access to our TG Sniper bot on 9 chains. You can also just integrate yourselves with Seraphix. You can send encrypted messages in our Telegram, and she replies to you and bases them on their depravity. But we also have a 5% Solana reward program that has paid out over 140 or 50 Solana so far on low volume, and we continue to do so. It's all fully automated, and building on Solana is like building on a swamp, my friends. So trust me, we have dug the foundations deep and rotten. But I don't wish to repeat all of the information that I've already said so many times here, because you've heard it all a number of times. We have a lot of utility from a token oracle that shows you the most recent minted things. We have our confidant, we have rewards, and we have a TG sniper bot and first mover partnership with a layer 2 EVM where we are the first TG sniper on board. More alpha being released soon. 50% of all the commission and money that we make is being put back into our chart. And I hold 40% of the supply, which gains us even more marketing money to be able to continue in a sustained fashion. I am not just here to develop an empty layer 2 token. I am here to develop a real platform that supports a global, borderless community of people that I pay back. And I will keep building for you every single day, my friends. I have no reason to not be the Dark Pope for my entire life. And as you know, my position, I'm a consultant for a layer 2 blockchain. My name is my net worth, and my network is way beyond my net worth already, because they are inspired and amazing people that have my back, 20 whales that support us, and so much more. All I can promise to you is that I'm a real person behind this screen, and that I'm professional. I'm building a DeFi conference. I will feature us all over the world, confessional booths at conferences. And our main point is we will be the first officially registered religion based on cryptocurrency that comes with tax breaks, that comes with being able to have your passport photo wearing the golden robes. Who doesn't want to have an amazing golden or purple robe on their passport photo? I know I do. But I will keep working to ensure that I offer you every single day, whether that is from the moment you wake up to give you a smile, or to the money that comes into your wallet and all of the tools, all of the deals, all of the tech. I will keep developing here because I am a professional that builds platforms that support people. And that is my job. That is my role. We have a duty as the forerunner of everybody here to build the infrastructure that will be utilized by the world. That means you. Just big up to yourselves, big up to the host right here. Follow each other, share the space. Say thank you to everybody that's speaking up here, but thank yourselves for being here and taking care of yourselves to be alive every single day and support being the lifeblood and the pulse of the DeFi and blockchain sector. Thank you so much. That is me.
Well, thank you so very much, Fox. And just to bring some clarity to this, because there is some dark tech matter behind this, right? And so that's one that shares the revenue for this token. Also, I want to explain a little bit about these mechanics, because that's the technical part of it. So um, SINAI has that built-in utility through the Grace protocol. And I don't know, can you pull up the D app
Oh yeah,
of that Grace protocol?
yeah, right here.
So we have a visual on the live stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens here is 5% of every buy, sell, and transfer is being given back to the community, depending on how much you hold, right? Is how much you'll get. And you'll be paid in Solana. And you'll be like, yay, bullish, right? You're getting so rich while sleeping. But here's the thing, that in the treasury there's over 40% of supply, and that will fetch a Solana as well, right? And that will actually fetch the most. And so that Solana will then be used for marketing. And so there has never got to be a sell on the chart from the developer himself. Because just the soul is rolling in for that marketing money, right? It doesn't need to touch the tokens. And so that's bullish, right? And so there's this utility. There's also that Serifex AI that you can confess to. And I guess the project is now in the works of getting content from that. So from people's confessions. And I really see that on Solana, because, and I don't know how you feel about Solana. I love Solana, but I mean, it's, yeah, you know, lots of sinners there, you guys. So bringing the unholy church on Solana chain. Of course, this is a custom CA. There's a fantastic developer who built that in Rust coding. And if Solana is not up to your fancy anymore, like maybe this chart of Solana will top out one day, and then something else might be bullish to be have rewards in, and then we can actually change it to another token, whichever one we like, right? And so yeah, bullish on that. I see some people requesting up. Let's go. Thank you. Oh, Fox, yes, yes,
Thank you
hands
for
up.
breaking down the technicals as you
Mm,
always do so very well. We
yeah.
appreciate you. And yet, like, there is a lot more going on, by the way. I have released a tech company called Dark Matter Tech that produced the Sniper Bot. I am making money. Commissions are working directly for a blockchain, making their platforms and stuff right now. And I will invest 50% of my money into SINAI and buy back the chart until 1 million. The million is the floor. I will keep putting my own money into it. The only thing I ask you guys is, where do you want to buy? Because you better choose your position. We're at 55K. It's really cheap right now. And I will keep buying that supply up. I'm not selling it. It's your choice. Come and join us. Don the golden robes.
Don
And
Golden
I
Road.
love you, Wilder. Thank you. Appreciate you.
No problem, Fox. I got you. I'm bullish on it because I'm bullish on AI narratives, and this is, of course, very low cap, right? That means that the volatility is paying out a lot more. Also, you get to we're boarding the whales now, and if you hold more than 53%, you will get a revenue share of all of that juicy other utility that's going around, right? That dark matter. Produces. So, yeah, hope I said that all well and clear enough. If anybody has questions, you can drop them in the comments. You can also join the Cine ITG and come in there with your questions. You don't need to buy straight away. You can just hang there. And there are VCs on the regular with Fox here. And some other people. So yeah, lots of fun there, you guys. We're moving on. We're moving on. I have Bones here on stage. Hello, Bones. How are you? Bones is stage farming at the moment. Well, I was just moving over to Jay.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no, no, no. I'm
accusing you.
ordering my hotel right now at the Moxie. My bad.
Oh, what are you
Yeah, my bad.
doing? All right,
My
well,
bad.
go ahead and do that, and we'll get back to you later when you have some time to speak, right? And I
Yes,
don't know.
yes.
All right, cool, cool. And I don't know who was first, Jay or Cricket. What do you? Pick?
Cricket was
Oh, thank you
first.
so
Cricket was
much,
first.
Jay. So, hey, let's move on to Cricket Coin. Cricket Coin, how are you doing? Good morning.
Hey, Wild. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you guys are.
Yeah.
GMAN. Thank you, Jay. Nice seeing you again. And I see some familiar faces. Jack's already down there. But yeah, great space. Thank you for having us. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk about Cricket Coin. Not sure about the sport you are familiar with or not, but it's second most watched sport in the world, believe it or not, 2.5 billion fans. And since 2016, I've been in crypto. I haven't really seen a token or a fan token about the sport. It's a huge community. The sport's been around since 16th century. So we're bringing the celebration of the sport heritage and uniting the communities from around the world, uh, with 120 plus countries playing cricket. And crypto is the future. So bridging the gap between the sport and crypto and also tokenizing future cricketing events is what our prime utility is going to be. So yeah, that's about Cricket Coin. We're also a reward-based token launched on Distribute platform. We used to distribute Solana. We did like about 15 Solana distributions, with our market cap being at 100K right now. We had seen an ad of 600K, but we're definitely growing slowly. We're building, we're adding value to different communities as well. Uh, and now we decided to distribute Bill, which is an amazing community, hodl mentality, and also have like amazing SPL rewards tokenized into it itself. So Bill basically is a reflection token which grows in your wallet just for holding bill at the same time. So, Cricket Coin, based on the transaction volume, there is a 3% transfer fee. From the 3%, 70% goes back into the holder's wallet in bill uh, every 3 hours. And then 30% goes into the developer wallet, which also I heard you mention earlier about another token. We don't also necessarily have to sell our supply, but just basically keep adding into the liquidity pool and things of that nature. So there is two liquidity pairs, one with Solana, one with Assets token, another distribute platform launch token. So we're trying to generate the volume as well and things of that nature. So the distributions will keep happening. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. And yeah, come join our Telegram. Come check us out. We do live cricket events sometimes. We're always active on VCs. We're building communities from around the world. So yeah, have fun together.
Awesome, awesome. Well, it's good to hear that there's another project that does these rewards, because I noticed one thing from last bull run: these reward tokens were pretty much hype, right? And so yeah, banking on those again. We saw a lot of those on BNB chain last bull run, and of course now that it's taken over by Solana. So I'm glad to see there are some people building. It is hard to fetch some of that utility. I'm always happy to see you guys in spaces, right? I can talk to you guys about this, because these are custom CAs, and that's kind of hard to code on Solana. There are not many developers, right, on Solana that handle contracts well, and especially when they get a little bit more complicated, in the reward section, because that does take some knowledge of things. And so, yeah, if you're not looking for a pump fund token but a custom token, then yeah, these are your cup of tea. So we have it pinned up here. Take, did you pull up any
Oh,
information around this?
yeah. Yeah, of course. Uh looks very bullish. I mean, 100K market cap. Um it's I mean, and it's like it's just come down from like, I think, was that all-time high? Let me see. I don't know. It's this is it looks like a good coin. Like, I like the project. I like what he said about how um cricket is such a popular sport. I didn't know it's, did he say it's like number 2 most watched sport in the world?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, and like the fact that it's only 2 months, it's only a couple months old, the project's relatively new. Um Yeah, it definitely seems like something I want to keep my eye on, because the market cap is
Yeah.
extremely low. There's not a whole lot of holders. The distribution looks good. So I have it up on Dex tools right now. And let's see, on Dex screen, let me look at the bubble maps, see what the
Yeah,
distribution looks
but
like.
then you go have a look. Do you have something to chop up with for the shorts for
Yeah,
today?
yeah, I could,
All
I
right.
could, I could chop something up.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I totally, I've pulled up the website. I've pulled up all the websites and kind of gone over
Yeah,
it. So I
exactly,
think
you
I could.
guys. If you come in here on stage to chill, give your best pitch. Sound amazing, sound excited, right? Because we are going to chop that up, and we're going to actually just use your voice to blast it on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, right? And we're actually getting some eyes. Millie had minted out within 24 hours, and we had a mint promo for Millie, right? And we're just here to pump your back. But I see Risk having your hand up. You have a question or something to add? Let's go.
Yes, I'd like to talk about the cricket coin, and I believe I had come across the cricket coin a couple of months ago, right? And I believe that you were in Shogun's live stream, his multi stream. And that's where I believe I was in the WAF project at that point, shilling, and this guy's has always showed up to shill to multiple spaces, even my own spaces, the Shark Tank, multiple times. So he's always active. He's always there. Now, one thing that I have noticed here is that we had that big pump right up to 600,000, right? And obviously we took a turn for the worse, down at 110 grand now. And I do see I think the idea behind it is great. Being cricket is one of the number one played sport in the world. So I do see that. But now I'm looking at it a little closer and I'm seeing that we've got a top wallet here with 20%, and then the third wallet's got 11.9%, fourth wallet 7%,
Mm-hmm.
fifth wallet 6%. So, and do you mind going into a little detail, maybe if you can identify who those wallets are, and as an investor, maybe share with us what they're used for.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
no, that's a great question, and
Right.
that's a great observation as well. And yeah, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, so basically we were launched on Pump.Fun, and we decided to relaunch it using Distribute. The 30% wallet is basically the developer wallet. That's going to be like there. That supply is going to be untouched. Just accumulate rewards, put them back into the development of the project, and then 7% is for the dev. Uh, that's where the 7% is. 112, whatever 11% is or 12% is one of our whale wallet, believe it or not. He just keeps buying every time there's a dip. So he's accumulated about that much. But he also comes from a very amazing two different communities. One is Cadet, one is um, I believe Bump Fun Man, Max, like he's out there. He's been with us for past 2 months or even before the relaunch. Yeah, that's one of the wallets as well. And mostly we don't really even have to worry about supply. The reason why we have the supply is because of the distribution aspect of it. How we relaunched it, we had the complete control of it. And as you can see, the 20% wallet will be constantly keep adding towards different setting up different liquidity pairs or adding back into liquidity through the Solana pair that we have, and things of that nature, while we generate the equity or more investments coming in from Web 2 or whatnot. So we just keep figuring it out.
And thank you for answering that question, and thank you for asking that risk, because I'm sure that Tick was about to just see these bubble. He always puts out the bubble memo and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, what's this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to have that information, you guys. Usually, these reward tokens work with some sort of treasury like that, so they don't have to touch the treasury and sell it on the chart, and they will just keep the rewards for that marketing. Also, the that wallet is then identifiable, right? And yeah, so the what was the all time
That's
high again?
600K.
600K. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's still low cap, right? Good run, but still very much low, right,
Yeah.
for where we are. And so this is a sport-based cricket narrative token on Solana, right? And you anything you want to add there, cricket?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, thank you. Really, I really appreciate the space. But I mean, like the possibilities are endless with what we are doing. Like there is adding value to the community aspect. There is creating awareness, education, social impact. Some of our community members are from Nigeria, and they've never heard about the sport before, and now they're like all like getting into it as well. So it's creating definitely some sort of impact amongst people who probably don't know much about the sport at the same time. And then onboarding aspect where the cricket lovers who are not much into crypto could be onboarded into like crypto ecosystem, and that will also create a much bigger impact for future generations to adapt crypto and things of that nature, or like what is hodl mentality, like how does generational wealth is made, all those kind of things through different either you're trenching, trading, or holding. That's how crypto is all about. So all those things, plus giving. Being a reward token, not just being able to distribute Solana, other tokens as well, gives us a great opportunity to kind of like go into other communities and expand our ecosystems and onboard them into cricket ecosystem as well. So that's something we're really looking forward to explore and see like what other collaborations can be formed through this project.
That's awesome. Do you have any marketing plans? Are you thinking of something more concrete with plans towards that, right? How to connect to these communities, for one?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have or are able to do something with the bill token right now. So that definitely opens up more doors for us to go out there and collaborate with their community as well, hang out, show how, holding Cricket Coin can also increase their bags on bill token and things of that nature. At the same time, several other marketing kind of like roadmaps are in place. In terms of like IRL events. I'm from New York City. There is a lot of cricket happening during the summer in New York, every weekend pretty much at public parks. So gives us a great opportunity to pretty much go out there and create like some onboarding opportunities for ourselves and even collaborate with different brands. There is another brand called Coffee Coin. Um, Another gentleman from New York. So, could be a great thing for us to create some sort of uh, cricket and crypto IRL event in a public park throughout the summer, maybe something like that.
That would be nice. Can I give you a suggestion from a marketing perspective, right? So there's something that is really untapped for reaching out to the Web2 world. And so there must be some content creators on YouTube that have large following that are having content on cricket, and it's actually not that costly to sponsor a video for them or something, right? So I would get in touch with these content creators. These are people outside of crypto, and if you're into boarding people from crypto, that might be something for you to look at, right? Oh, help me pump your bag. Help me pump your bag. Yeah. So yeah, that's I think a very neglected thing. And then you're supporting a person who is creating content around your subject, and they are happy, you are happy, everybody wins there, right? Um, so that's just a suggestion. That you might want to, you know, take up on or not. But that is a very um, doesn't cost that much, and you can sponsor one video, and if that works out, you can maybe do a plan for more. Right, I'm looking at doing more of that stuff too with content creators, and it's just a good time working together in that way, right? So yeah, it's just a tip, just a tip. So Risk, was that actually the project that you wanted to share here? Was that cricket?
No, no, no,
Oh.
not cricket.
All right, no,
Yeah, I
no,
did
not
want to
cricket.
add for everybody as well. I've seen Wild very active in the spaces. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a giveaway on the space, guys. So I put that in the purple pill. If we get the space up to 50 retweets, we'll go ahead and give away an NFT here. So make sure you smash that retweet button, boys and girls, and get in there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that up in the jumbo, but make sure you smash the retweet button, guys. Smash the retweet button, and let's get to this giveaway.
Wow, thank you so much, Risk, for your support. I appreciate it. I'm sure Tick does as well. Yeah, let's pin that up and,
Absolutely.
and run this space up, right? And let's have some more shilling because I love this. This is what I love doing. I love to talk to projects. I love to for people in the
Hmm.
audience to get a feel and a vibe, right? And you cannot get that just through a post. You're getting the alpha always in spaces, and you get to ask questions. And if you have questions, leave them in the comments. And we are working hard to put your project on blast, right? If we find that it is a good initiative, and you do want to go out on a limb, there we're reaching across the fence, right, for you. Of course, our website is still in the making. Our TG is going to go public soon. We're going to launch our own testnet meme coin token on Monad, right? A testnet on Monad. We're going to launch WTT. What's the ticker token? Just for funsies, and we could just ride that train all together. So we're just gonna have lots of fun the coming time with all this stuff. But yeah, look at that, right? There is an NFT giveaway at 50 retweets. So you guys, you better start retweeting the space. Let's go. I'm excited. What a good day. It's a good day to have a good day, right? Yeah, these spaces are
Absolutely.
awesome. Thank you, Risk, for that. I love it. Next up, though, I want to talk to Jay. So while you're hitting up and doing these read posts of this room, and of course leave a comment too, right? We gotta push that algorithm a little bit. Jay, how are you doing? It's your time to shine. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Let's
Right
roll.
on time. 9 minutes before I start my job, so let me get this show off real quick.
That's enough to show.
Yeah, so
First of all,
I'm
hold on, Jay. I just want to give you the best
yeah,
chill opportunity possible. And for that, we're going to pull up some information on the live stream. So if you tell Tick where to go, we have that information on the live stream. The people who are watching the live streams are then actually hearing you speak while seeing the information that they need to be seeing. So tell Tick, and then you can start. As soon as Tick says, I have it, then you can go. So,
sure. So you would want to go to my bio and tap on Quakey official X. I did repost. Actually, I did put in the comment section as far as what I wanted to be put on the jumbotron, but I could put it on I have a link that I would to be put on the jumbotron. Let me just do that real quick. So this is the pinned tweet on the Quakey official X page, and it's literally a breakdown of everything about what we got going on with Quakey Nation. I myself, I'm a brand ambassador. I'm a podcaster, and I have my own NFT project that's part of the Quakey ecosystem. So I'll leave it there, and then let me know when it's time for me to do a full pitch. Because I know you said you wanted to put it onto the broadcast.
Onto the stream. Yes. I'm having trouble finding the link. I've got the quakeycoin.com website and your link
Yeah.
tree, but X glitches sometimes, and so sometimes it's difficult for me to see post in the jumbotron for whatever reason, and I don't want to kick myself out of the space trying to do
No,
it.
no worries, no worries. I put in the comment section as well. I put in the comment section, so it's there's like it says everything you want to know about
Got
Quakey
it.
Coin on
Here we go.
Solana. That's the
Here we go.
there you go.
Yes, we're good to go.
Okay. But yeah, so like I said before, I'm a podcaster. I'm a founder of my own NFT project. Been in this space for quite a while, a little over 3 to 4 years or so. And I decided to launch my project through this ecosystem of Quakey, mainly because I know the people involved that are part of the ecosystem. And the other reason is because this is the very first meme coin that I'm aware of that is backed by an exchange. So the token launched last June 2024. Next month will make it a full year, and the exchange is called Blockwake. They've been working on this exchange since like 2018 or so, and it's coming out of New York City. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works exactly. But the coin did fairly well. It jumped up somewhere around 700,000 market cap. As I heard you say before, but someone else's market cap, still kind of low, but still that's a good number, I think, within like 24 hours. It did have a pullback. I think the initial dev might have done something. I'm not really quite sure what happened there. But since it did drop, um, big shout out to Stu Kwan, who's a listener in the listener section. And he was also an early investor into this coin, and he's part of the Blockwake team. He saw what happened, and he said, no, I can't allow all the people that I know that I told to invest in this coin to lose out on these funds. So he decided to come out with a bunch of different games to like drive, revenue, game revenue, and put it back into the coin. And then, a few other people from the community, like Apollo, he did the same thing. He came up with his own collection, a game coin NFT collection. And then I put out a collection this past March, and very small collection. Not a lot of NFTs, only about 100 or so. This is on the Solana blockchain, going for about like 0.25 Sol. We I gave back about 30% in airdrops to the holders after we sold out. We did sell it less than 3 hours, so that was very interesting to see. With Apollo's game, it's when his collection sells out, which is also 100 NFTs, but a higher price point. There'll be a locked in liquidity pool for about 30%. As we've been talking about Quakey and the ecosystem of the NFT projects and these music NFTs and the metaverse that's attached to it, we built a pretty good following, a pretty good strong community. We have different community members from all over. We have Quakey Nation, we have Quakey Africa, we have Quakey Belize, Quakey Rome, Quakey Caribbean, like all around the world. And myself and Apollo, two different projects, two different people, but we happen to live in the same state of Connecticut. We decided to do our own IRL event, and because the avatar for the Quakey meme coin is a duck, and our NFTs are ducks, we decided to go to a duck race and had set up a nice little table event, and we started to onboard some normies. So there's a Quakey game I mentioned before that Stu Kwan made. So we actually got people to download the game. I had some coloring sheets because of the art of my NFT collection. The kids were coloring on the coloring sheets. I represent NFT energy drinks, so the adults got to drink some of those drinks, and they were psyched. They were excited to actually learn about the NFTs collections that were attached to this energy drink that was like sugar free. So I was not only was I talking about Quakey, but I was also educating them about the NFTs and branding and the website, and it was a lot. We had like the hottest table this month at that event, at this duck race. And just to answer any questions about the duck race, they weren't real ducks; they were rubber ducks that was dumped in the river, and you just had to own a certain ticket. And if you got that ticket, that number of that ticket number was on the duck, so that's how you know who won. But yeah, it's been a fun time so far. The 1 year anniversary is approaching in next month, like I mentioned before, and I do know that there's going to be some locked in liquidity pools from the Blockquake team, because the Blockquake is supporting Quakey in the way where you get 50% off all trading fees once the actual exchange goes live, which is going to be going live fourth quarter of this year. So we're excited to see that when that happens. And there's a lot more. But if anybody has any questions, I'm here to answer one or two. And if Su Kwan can come up and maybe put some icing on the cake, because he is the co-founder of Blockquake, and he has more time than I do at this moment in time. There's a lot more that's involved with Quakey and Blockquake, but I didn't know I had all this time to chill, and you guys are gonna like dissect it the way you've been dissecting everybody else. If I would have known that, I probably would have came up, because I wasn't ready to do all that today. But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for your
Well,
time.
look, I appreciate that you jumping on stage to begin with, even though the space is not familiar to you, and we kind of give the projects a little bit of time to chill. I mean, we want to do it in the right way so we can help the project as much as we can on these multi social media platforms. So you're more than welcome to come back again, right, when you maybe have more time, or somebody else from the project coming by. If you feel like but you were doing very much okay. Don't worry about it, right? But I do notice that yeah, sometimes it's already a little bit of a thing to come on stage and speak, right? And then it's another thing to shill, and then another it's another thing to then optimize the shill, right? So I feel you. I feel you, but I do appreciate any project that wants to come up and speak, because you having a voice, and it doesn't matter how clear you sound, right? You get better at it, but you got to make the move. You got to let people know. You got to have your voice heard. That's going to be the next alpha. You guys, it's not enough to just raid on X. That era is going to be over, right? We're all getting wrecked. Communities getting wrecked. Low engagement for your main X is going to be wrecking the main of your project. So don't even go there anymore. Elon is not willing to to extend a lot of love that in that direction. So keep practicing. You're always welcome on my stage to do. I can even help you. Shape your pitch a little bit if you want, right? Because elevator pitches are my thing. They're my thing. So you're more than welcome to stage. I'm sure that Tick will find. He's my technical genius, and I'm sure he'd find a good short to clip for you, right? And
Hmm.
so we can give you some love later on when our website is live. There is going to be, of course, like a Hall of Fame type of deal where all the projects that came and shilled is are going to have a place, right, with the recording under it. And so if you come here lots, right, the more you come and chill, the more that place in that Hall of Fame will be pumped, right? Because you're going to have more recordings under your yeah, little Hall of Fame space that we're gonna create for you. I do think that, I love having people win at things. That's what I do in real life. That's what I like to do here, because if you win, I win, and we both can win. Especially in crypto, we all can win, right? So yeah, thank you for coming up. And if there's anybody from your project that also wants to come up and show, them more than welcome to.
I
If
do
not,
have
then we're
one
here every
question,
day. Yeah, yeah,
Jay.
go ahead. Phil.
So I did pull up the NFT Energy website as well, and I would just like to know, like, what kind of I don't know, are you guys available in retail yet? Is it just online? And what is your like kind of roadmap for moving this along? Like, is this like a really serious project, the NFT Energy explosion?
Oh, 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 yeah, for sure. Energy drink is actually aligned with like some hotels and actual bars and actual stores.
And
I think they're working with 7-Eleven is with and also there's a contract, I believe, with with the army as well.
wow,
I know right now they're working on the NFT project, but they worked on the Web 2 side of things first. So they've done a lot of IRL events um first, and
mm-hmm.
then and then Web 3, and now they're working on the NFT side of things. So they did the opposite way.
and
They had the funding, their own personal funding that they use to do
And
all that
so,
stuff.
and these collabs, are these with like the Lil Pudgies? Is that with the Lil Pudgy NFT community? Are these like
I
collabs?
I do believe that the little pudgy NFT, and I'm mistaken about that one. I do believe that one actually belongs. Those particular ones actually might belong to the co-founder of it, like their IP. But I know for a fact that the Pigeons of New York and the Supreme Kongs are partnered. I'm not sure
Wow.
about the little pudgies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
those I
is a
know for a
very
fact.
Quakey's an insane
Yeah.
project too. I'm not trying to minimize how
Oh, no,
amazing
no, no.
Quakey seems, but this you didn't really talk much about this, and I was looking at the website because I went on your link tree, and
Yeah.
this looks like a very bullish project. Like, this is something that I'm like, damn, I wanted to
Yeah.
see how far
So
along you guys are with this. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely can come back and talk more about that in detail as I'm walking into work at the moment. But I will say this: NFT Energy Drinks is partnered with Quakey, and we are going to be on the can as well as a partnership because, like I mentioned before, we've been around for a while, uh, the nation, anyways. So, I know I'm not even doing Quakey justice, but I do this sometimes. I just pop in when I can, pop out when I can. Um, really wish I would have known about the space beforehand because I would have done it this way. I was actually talking to Stu on the back end, and he's setting up the a liquidity pool as you speak. Do your own research, financial advice. You guys can. I'm sure you're very well at doing that. Check out the website. Look at the FAQs. What we've done and what we're going to be doing with Quakey and NFC energy drinks. But I will say NFC NYC is approaching, and June 27th is a day to be looking forward to with all these projects because we're all partnering together. Citizens of New York, Wake and Blake, which is like coins the ticker. Um, yeah, just gonna say all those things for now as they're walking doors. I do apologize.
No,
Awesome.
very
Thank you.
bullish, and that's actually a nice addition to another maybe clip for a short right
Mm-hmm.
there.
Very good.
That's bullish. Have a great day at work, Jay. Would love to see you back another time, right? Thank you for coming up and having the guts to do so. Everybody in this space, retweet it. There is going to be a giveaway made available by Risk here is on stage with us. Engage with that tweet that is pinned up above, the tweet from Risk. Follow Risk, of course, right? And make sure you retweet this room. Max Engage on the post and repost this room, and there will be a free giveaway, an NFT giveaway, you guys. I mean, what are you waiting for, right? What are you waiting for? Somebody had a hand up, but I don't see the hand anymore. Who was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was me.
it was
Oh
also,
no,
it was
maybe it
both
was
of
somebody
you,
else.
but you were first. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to address obviously a lot of people in here know you're part of the Dojan Dogs. I know you show the Dojan Dogs a lot too. But there's a lot going on within the community right now where DAOs are being formed and people are starting to build the floor price for the dogs. And so it's very very important that if you're seeing this community and what we got going on, to buy yourself up a dog as soon as possible, because the floor prices are continuing to get raised. And once NFT season really starts, then we're going to see a skyrocket in volume, and a lot of people coming in just eating these things up. So very very beneficial to have at least one of these things, one of these
Absolutely.
dogs in your wallets. So that's
That's
just
right
kind
on.
of the show I wanted to give,
Yeah,
because there is a lot
yeah.
of cool stuff going on. I did want you guys to look at something too. Tell me what you guys think. It's something that's coming out. It looks like it's coming out this week. But I wanted you to look at it before I wanted to send it to you, maybe, if that's cool and you guys could look at it.
Or do you have it in a post so you can pin
I
it?
actually did, yeah, repost one of their posts just a little bit ago. For like but yeah, you could look at their profile right there. It's on my like most recent repost.
Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, let's do a little Dojo Dog chill because I always do that in this space, right? I can, hardly not to because I'm just too bullish. So, Tick, will you pull up the Dojo Dog website for us, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we can just, while I'll go to Bones' profile, if the X wants to move with me. Of course, that retweets thing that it still needs to go, you guys. You still need to run it up. So just mind that. Is that the repost? Oh no, that's not it. Well, maybe take you can look that up while I'll do the show, and just keep the website of the Dojo Dogs on the stream there. So you guys, Dojo Dogs, you must have seen them on your timeline. You must have. There ain't no doubt in my mind that not anybody here in this space has not interacted with a Dojo Dog. Can't fool me, right? This is the most bullish NFT project out there, and there are other ones, but this one is special. It was a free mint just over a year ago, and now the floor has risen. I don't even know what the floor is. It was 2K, but it is just keeps on rising. And so that's something, from a free mint to that's something special, and that should give a little bit of a signal of just how bullish this is. And so you would say, like, all right, I know NFT projects, when they have a certain floor price, it gets hard to board new people to the community, right? Because not everybody has 2, 3, 4, 5K laying around to buy an NFT with. And that's okay. You can go to the Dojo Dog website because it has this special thing when you can just wear a free dog, right? There's now a blackout editions for free Doginal dog, PFPs, a starter dog we call them, and you can start with that. You can go to the website, grab some art for your banner, grab something for your engagement for your post, right, and change your PFP to a Doginal dog, and you're going to be helped out, right? This community is banging. There are lots of informative spaces all around, and you can join them um, if you're not investing in the NFT, or maybe you want to try it out first. You want to wear that dog first, see what happens to your ex, right? See what happens to your engagement, see what happens with your knowledge, and how you become a better trader, a better person, et cetera, et cetera. So bullish all over. You can go ahead and try it then first, or maybe you're still saving up, right? But yeah, this floor is going to rise pretty quickly. Because there is some, there's lots of things cooking in here, and there's also that New York City meetup in June. So yeah, all of that too bullish. We're gonna make a special show about that meetup because there's just a few tickets that are well, everything is sold out, but there are being a few that are given away. And so you guys go to the website, check it out. If you feel like you want to be a part of a community that raises each other up, right? And you can do so with a free starter dog. And I think that's a perfect mechanism because this keeps that community growing forever and ever and ever, right? All right, yeah, that was my shield then for the Doginal dogs. Tick, did you find anything on Bones' his thing, his profile on that repost? Or Bones, do you want to repost it yourself?
I'd like to comment on.
I already did repost it
Oh,
on my
okay.
page. You mean, or you mean
Yeah, yeah,
like?
yeah.
Yeah, it's already the one I'm looking at. Yeah, it's reposted on my page. It's the most recent repost. It's like,
All right, cool, cool. Then I will happy to fetch it from
yeah,
here. Let's go. Oh, that's the game.
yeah,
Do trade real world assets with synthetic NFTs. Is that what we're looking at here?
yeah,
All
that one.
right. All
I
right.
wanted to know what you guys thought about it.
All right. So something big is coming to Solana. Trade RWAs with some tokens, right? With NFTs, all powered
Yeah,
by
and they have their
Ethereum.
website right there in their bio as well.
All right. Take. I was going to call you Shill.
Yeah, I've got swap.game up, the
See
website.
what's on my mind.
Hmm.
You have it up.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. I just called you Shill. Oh my god, that's what my mind is all about. We need to chill. All right, so I think you got it up on the. You want to tell us some more about it, Bones, before we just introduce that shield a little bit?
Well, no, I don't know too much. I
Oh,
just know that they're, yeah. I mean, that's why I was asking you guys if you guys could
oh,
take
So
a
you want to
look
so
at
it's
it.
see?
You know.
trade real world assets on Solana using game token. And so yeah, you can trade Tesla, Apple, oil, things like that with what's called a synthetic NFT. And so I wonder there must be a contract address for, let me see, for game. Let me see if I can find it.
And they're doing it on the Pyth network, it looks like, which I noticed that Pyth follows them too, which is a very, that's a big thing.
I will
So
comment on the Doginal dogs. I think the Doginal dogs are definitely a great concept. Recently tried to join them. They didn't like it very much when I used someone else's dog as my PFP, but no one can take a joke. But you should have heard. It's very interesting. Uh, I actually kind of recorded the process of trying to get or like join the community, and actually the onboarding process is pretty dog shit, honestly. But I do like the Doginal dogs, and I think they're bullish again. For the guy that does want to spend now what is 26, $2,700 on a dog, a PFP, go for it. I think they will go through the roof simply because they do have the max exposure on Twitter and they've done a great job of that. Props off. And that's the first thing I told them before I even tried to join. And, I think that it's a good organization. And I think that it kind of gives a lot of people a foundation on how they can kind of structure their own deal. It's not rocket science to structure an organization, right? But they've done a good job, and it's not very easy to have a successful community like that. So, um, you know, they're rocking, bro. Whatever those guys want to say, that's fine. Whatever. I do believe it's an engagement farm, but ultimately, who's not? It's all good. But a lot of these guys don't really get too much engagement, and they're trying to teach on how to give other people engagement when they don't get it, and it's like, I just don't understand it. So, and I think that's one thing that whenever that did happen, he was like, "Oh, dude, that's not your dog," and I was like, "Okay, so what?" I think that a
If
lot
you
of it
if
is.
somebody pays for 2,500 though, and somebody else is using that, you know what I mean? It's not your IP, bro. Simple as that.
Who gives a fuck? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a puppy dog that we're talking about here, guys. So, but at the end of the day, the conversations are great, and if a PFP or whatever kind of ruins a relationship, that's fine. But here's the deal: you have a lot of these engagement farms in there, and it's like the guys that
Everybody
are.
everybody on social media wants engagement though, no
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
where
they
you go.
do. They do for
So
sure. But
it's
they don't abuse their I wouldn't call it authority, but you got the guys that are getting engagement, like your leaders, right? But you guys, the community, don't get enough. I always comment on your guys' post, on your Good Morning post and all that, and I say you deserve more engagement because I believe that the community should be getting the most engagement, and there should be a strategy for that. And I see there's like a web list or whatever you can get on the list, but those guys don't even get that much exposure on the list. So I'm like, there's got to be a better way. And like I said, you
Well,
guys should be getting.
it's just because smaller people in the community, like me, for instance, right? We all have real jobs, bro. Like, not everybody can be supporting each other 24/7. It's just how it is. And we're gonna see the main guys in the community a little more often, right? On the timeline. Like, it's just how it is. Like, you're gonna be attracted more to the main aspects, or the main guys in the community, just naturally. It's just how it is. And
Well,
so
yes,
you
yes
can't.
and no, Bones, because I boarded a lot of people too, and that's just because I am more active in crypto, and my network was already extensive, right? So, but you build that up over time. Also, there is a difference here between the engagement thing and monetization. So these things are completely different, right? To get monetized on X, you don't need 10,000 followers. You don't need to be posting 10 times a day. You don't need to go ahead and engage 1,200 times a day, right? When you have no time. I don't engage. I engage maybe, I do 300 maybe in a day, right? But the
Mhm.
rest is just organic, and maybe I have a little bit more sway because I'm holding spaces. I'm used to holding spaces, right? I'm in other blockchain spaces all the time. And so that's very different. Everybody has a different role in that. But you do get a lot of information on how to get monetized, right? So it actually is worth something, and how to engage if you choose to do so, right? If you have time to do so, choose to do so.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
the the
Yeah.
that's for everybody. Yeah.
Well,
the
and it's
thing
like
that
it's like me. I don't get a lot of engagement. Yeah, I'm one of the more, like I'm pretty known in the community, but I don't get a lot of engagement, and that's just simply because I don't have a lot of time to be engaging with everybody else.
Yes. Okay.
And it's just what it is. But like if you look at somebody like Hofer within the community, I know he has a full-time job, but he be grinding on the timeline, supporting others all the time, and his engagement's crazy for just having 12 or 13,000 followers. Like
Yeah,
I think it's good, you know, but it's just what you can put in yourself, you know. It's all up to you at the end
yeah,
of the day.
exactly. And of course, some flowers has to be given then to some leadership who just provided all of that in the platform for it to do so. So I'm not, worried about anything. Also, if you decide to step out of the community, it's not like you're going to lose your followers and engagement, right? If you know the ways how to. So the algorithm of X always prefers a more outbound attitude than an inbound attitude. And this is something I think that the Doginal Dog spaces that are geared towards that way of behaving. It is how to brand yourself, right? How to tweak that and optimize that, how to move in the algorithm a little bit better, because a lot of people are making great content. Here's the problem though, it does not prefer your content unless you start to get out there and engage with others people content, right? So there's kind of that's that social media thing that we're just hammering down here. Uh, but yeah, I kind of do have to agree. I appreciate you, but I kind of do have to agree. If I spend a lot of money on an NFT, I don't want 10 other people, especially if I'm monetized on X and I'm trying to build my brand based on my PFP, right? It's kind of like other people taking your logo. And so yeah, that becomes then a little bit of a personal thing. There are Doginal Dog spaces that are particularly geared towards that branding of your own brand through the Doginal Dogs. But even though it's through the Doginal Dogs, it's very useful marketing information that you can apply to everything that you're going to be doing, right? So it's absolutely not for nothing. I think the price of the NFT, just from being able to learn all that, to get taught all that, is like you're taking a course in real life. You're gonna have to pay something for that too, and you're getting a lot of alpha back from it. So yeah, yeah. Let's move on. How are we doing at the retweets? Tick, are you paying attention?
Oh yeah. For the retweets on here, it's at 60 or 20 29, right?
29. That's not enough, you
Or no, it's
guys.
at
Oh my god.
18. It's at
This
18. NFT. Oh
that's,
no,
that's
no. There's only 5 retweets on the post that.
No, it must be more. Last time I checked, it was much more.
Oh, okay. What am I looking at?
Let me I don't know. I have to look at there.
I went from like 28 to.
You
Anyway,
suck today, Tick.
sorry. Okay,
Have you had your coffee yet
it
or some
says, well, it says
matcha?
NFT giveaway at 50 retweets, and then it says 7 retweets. 7 retweets
Yeah,
on
that's
this.
maybe a risks post,
No,
but it
no, I
wasn't
meant on the space.
Okay,
The
on the
space
22.
space.
has,
Yeah,
It's at
yeah, the
22.
space.
Yeah, or
22.
Yeah,
Yeah,
retweet, smash
not
that
enough.
shit.
smash.
Not enough. You guys need to repost this room just a little bit harder, maybe multiple times if we can have to, right? That's just how it is. It's 50. 50 is not a lot, you guys. Free NFT. Free NFT. So bullish, right? Let's move on. I see Andrew here on stage. Andrew, I've seen you in the audience before. I know you're coming to the Crypto Moonlight space where I'm on stage as well, together with Lam and Mac. But I have yet to talk to you. So hey, good morning. Or did I just make you
Probably
maybe not? Maybe
reposting
not
the room
today.
right now.
Cool, cool, good bones. Thank you very much. Good pooch. Good pooch. Yeah, pooch is first. Yeah, you guys, I just wanted to do a little something here. I see JJ is coming on stage too. I just wanted to do a something here because I am gonna have to talk a little bit about that Monad testnet, right? So look, what is Monad? It is an EVM compatible parallel scaled EVM. Oh, that's what I said. EVM compatible blockchain, right? So it's a new one. It's in its test net right now. Why am I bullish on it? Well, I see some, the grapevine is grapevining. Also, there is a lot of venture capital behind it that I recognize that we're behind Solana. I saw them gathering behind SUI. Yeah, hearing things, right? And so it might be useful for you to have yourself some testnet tokens, start testing that net and be eligible for some Monad airdrops in the future. So here's how to go about it. You go to Monad XYZ if you want to pull that up. Tick, I know you're always good at doing that while I speak.
Yes,
Um,
I got
yeah,
it right here.
right. To be eligible to use the faucet, because they got to discriminate some, because a lot of people are going to just a lot of scammers going to be drawn to fauceting testnet tokens. So what they did is you need to have at least 0.03 Ethereum in your wallet and 3 previous Ethereum transactions, and that will make you eligible to use the faucet. Now, nothing's going to happen with that ETH. They just want it in there. Uh, uh, yeah, so you make it eligible. So, people cannot make 100 new wallets and start fauceting like a maniac. So to deter that, they have these standards. So you can faucet at every 6 hours. You can get some Monad on there. And then here, I'm going to give you the alpha on what to do, right? Can you pull up the app for Atlantis again?
Oh, yes, got it.
Yes. So when you got yourself some of these faucet tokens, right, the whole point is that you're going to test. The more you test and the more frequent you test, the more you will be eligible for an airdrop or higher airdrop, right? So how do we do that? Well, we go to that Atlantis that you see on a live stream. And no worries, guys, it's recorded, so you can look it back at the visuals that I'm talking about right now about this segment, right? So when you have some Monad tokens in that testnet wallet that you set to Monad, that is all automatic. You can use your MetaMask wallet, Phantom, also not a problem. So we go there, and then you have to swap 20 times, and we do that with a small amount of Monad. We go use 0.01 Monad, swap it for that Atlantis. So after 20 swaps, right? So this is 20 transactions that you tested on the net, makes you bullish and eligible, right? So then you can go ahead and mint a NFT card from Atlantis. Now, what is Atlantis, anyways, right? Well, it's going to be the DEX of Monad, and they are going to go live with Monad, to the mainnet. So, if you're holding that NFT from Atlantis, you also would possibly be eligible for an airdrop from Atlantis, right? So, double whammy here. I think it's valuable to be on a testnet like this because it's basically where you're getting the early alpha on utility. And I was speaking about it in the Crypto Moonlight this morning. Yeah, how do you know when these new chains are launched what their utility tokens are? Well, usually you learn that about those in the testnet already. So even if you do not receive an airdrop, just go ahead and dive into, because that's early alpha over there. Of course, it's going to have meme tokens launched on there. There's already NFT collections that you can buy or mint with your Monad, sometimes for free. And, sometimes they will even roll over and give you a whitelist position on um, when it goes main, right? And when the collection goes main. So there's tons of stuff that is very bullish over there. I'm just going to name some of the utility tokens that I know are going to go main because they are in their seed rounds. They managed to get millions of backing and support. And so I'm going to name that Kinsu. Can you pull that up? At least the Twitter. Do the Twitter.
Yes.
So hold on, you guys. Just give me do. Go to my. I'm gonna go through my notes and see if I can pull that up. I'm just gonna name a few right on there that you want to interact with. Again, interaction, testing the net is gonna be great, right, for you to receive an airdrop. And then also, while you're doing all of the testing, you get to know these tokens are gonna be, which ones are going to be bullish, and what is what on when it goes main. So right here we have that magma, but that's not available in the US,
US.
right? Where's my? I have so many notes, you guys. I'm always looking up the alpha for you. Yes, the whole Monad thing, right? Okay. I cannot find it. Why can I not find it? All right, so I know it's Kinsu, and it's going to be it's a liquidity layer for them for the main for Monad. Then we have Red Brick.
Mm-hmm.
That's already the more creative D app out there for, and it's also going to go live on the mainnet. And there's one more, and I kind of forgot about it. It was like a finance one.
Bean Exchange.
Also, Bean Exchange, yes, but Bean Exchange, I'm not sure. Now, I'm always looking for that capital, right? I'm always looking for who's supporting what, where's that money come from, who's supporting who here. And so, if they raised millions, I am pretty sure they are gonna be on the main, right? So, I'm these tickers I'm interacting with on the test net, right? They're in my mind, they're in my notes. And so when that testnet goes live, not financial advice, but I'm buying all of that because that's when you get utility tokens for a chain very, very early on. So that's why it's so um, powerful in opportunity to go to testing these nets of these new layer one blockchains. Not each and every one is going to be bullish. However, I see that Monad really being mentioned a lot, and echoing back to me other people saying like, yes, I know that this project is going to be on there, I know that this project. So in the grapevine, there is a lot of buzz over it. And so I do not know when they're going to launch. They're probably going to launch when it's when they figured that they tested enough. um, there was some tea, right, unverified tea about that being happening in June 25. But yeah, we don't know, right? Nothing from the team there. I'm in the Discord. I'm in the Builder Discord, trying to hook up with developers, trying to get some alpha for you guys there on what's hot and what's not on the Monad chain. So yeah, this is just me bringing you possibly some opportunity. I'm diving into it. It's free. Any trading you do over there, any mint that you do over there is going to be free because you're using your faucet tokens, right? So your paper trading, you can buy even some meme tokens. So we are going to launch our token on there, on their meme platform, and it's going to be, what's the ticker? And so we're going to have some fun with that and testing the net in that way. And possibly we can even roll that over to the main too. Who the freak knows, right? Because we are building the what's the ticker brand out slowly and surely. So yeah, thank you for listening to that. I'm just trying to get you to see that there's opportunity here in crypto, and sometimes you got to be open to being somewhere early, right? And you got to recognize. I was early on SUI in a test net. I was on CE in a test net. I was on Tenet in a test net. Now Tenet wasn't as bullish, but the other two, you betcha, they brought me a lot of profit being in that utility so early. So I just wanted to give you guys the heads up there. So go ahead and do some of that fauceting. Why not, right? It's for free. You possibly be rewarded with an airdrop if you do, especially if you engage with them on X as well. And so, yeah, here we are. I see JJ joined us on stage. Hello, JJ.
Hello, Wild and Tick. Gee, finally I made it to your stage. How you doing, Wild? Tick, it's good to be here. Thanks for all the alpha that you say for us as the community, and that is why I love this community because for other people, they charge you 1 Solana, 5 Solana to join a group. Then they give you tickets and stuff, and then it dumps in any case. Yeah, we give it for free, and what we give is such good quality. And I really appreciate what you do for the community, Wild and Tick. Appreciate you guys, really.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for the Thank you for the flowers, JJ. Yeah, Tick agrees too. So Tick is a starter dog. I am still a starter dog, you guys. Right? It doesn't matter. You can grab a starter dog and you'll be adopted. You're part of the pack. The starter dog doesn't mean that you're a low status or something like that. Now, I do have to admit, I hold a couple of NFTs, but they're guys NFTs, so I'm not wearing them. I like my bow. Also, there are different DAOs within the Dojo Dog. So there's the Bow Mafia, and there's now the Yellow DAO, right? And so yeah, there's a lot of things that people just bring out within the community, new things flourishing, right? It's just It's a great thing to be a part of. And I'm a starter dog. Tick is a starter dog, but as you see, we just get all the support too on our not just on our timeline, but in our spaces as well. So thank you for the flowers there, JJ. I much appreciate that.
You're welcome, Wild. Also, Dick, are you going to pin the post on top about the monad, the faucet? Because I'm really interested in that.
Oh yeah, here I can go ahead and get the faucet up there.
Yeah.
Let me see. So
Also, JJ, if you go to Tick's link tree in his bio, there's also, or here up here in the pinned post in the space, there's this link to the live stream and to the YouTube channel of What's the Ticker. And there you can look back all the information visually. You'll be hearing my voice, right? And Tick's voice and everybody in the space, but you'll be seeing where we go to, other websites we pull up, right, to do these things. And I'll be sure to repeat this alpha for the community and anybody who's here in this space. You are part of my village too, right? My extended village. And so, this is, it's basically free. You get free opportunity, right? You get opportunity here. And so, yeah, it look, even if it's, well, okay, so tech based, right? Because I'm pretty techy myself. I code on SUI. SUI is still the fastest one out there right now, and Monad is going to be half as fast. The whole thing is that what makes it so bullish is, well, what I mentioned before, that venture capital. That really makes a difference for me because you need to have some marketing money. You need to have network. And so we know Coinbase is already behind them. OKX is behind them. So I'm not surprised if when they go main that you can buy your MON, which is going to be the ticker, right? MON on OKX and Coinbase, right? So you see that happening. Also, what makes it a little bit more easy for people to choose than for Monad, because then you're going to say, like, yeah, but Wild, hold on. SUI is, you know, twice as fast. And I'm like, yes, that is very true. Also, I saw SUI in a test net, and these EVM compatible ones are basically what we're looking at is a rebuild of Ethereum. So Monad is a rebuild of Ethereum, just like SEI is, right? And it has that parallel scaling the same way SUI does. The problem is, well, there's no problem. They're both a little different. And the difference with SUI is that it has its own language, right? Just like Solana is using Rust, SUI is using a SUI move language. And that just means that a lot of developers are just not there from the get go because it has its own particular language. And so SUI does a perfect job of educating people, boarding new builders, right? Having them learn the SUI move language. But yeah, bullish for the chains that are that EVM compatible, these rebuilds of Ethereum, is that 80% of the, well, I bet you it's 90% of the developers in the crypto space are used to code on Ethereum with Solidity language, right? So that just makes it, in my opinion, uh, bullish, right? Even though it's half as fast. It is as cheap, but it's half as fast. And that is still hella fast because I think SUI does it in 400 milliseconds and Monad is going to do it in 900 milliseconds. Solana does it in 1.2 milliseconds, right? And then there's, of course, that volume you need to offset. How much can they do in these time frames? And then Solana can do 96,000 transactions per 1.2 second, and then SUI can do 394 per 400 milliseconds, right? And Monad is going to do somewhere in between there. So, but that depends on the test net, right? These numbers are not very clear yet because that's what they're testing. So, so that's the reason why I'm bullish on particularly Monad. There's more out there in testnet. It's just that, yeah, I'm hearing the grapevine, and I'm looking at the investors. I'm looking at what it can do, and then this is what we need, you guys. This new technology that's faster and cheaper is what we need to adapt in the real world with, right? We need to connect to Web 2. And I keep saying it. Some people are going to make use of crypto, not knowing that they're using crypto. How many of you in this room right here, right now, are aware that you're on a regular base, daily base, even are using Swift? Do you even know what that is? Well, we need to compete with these things, right? And so, especially in our finance sector, they're looking for that uh, fast, cheap, but also um, the protection, right? The encryption. So yeah, we need to challenge that in order for crypto and large to be adapted. And we all knew that Ethereum was not going to do that. That doesn't make Ethereum less relevant or useless. No, not at all, right? But there are going to be rebuilds that can fill in these gaps in the market, and that's just my opinion. How far, you guys? You got to repost this room. Don't make me say it one more time. Anyway, Tick, tell them.
Yeah, do that. Repost.
Yeah, do
Repost
that.
this.
Yeah, so we are keeping you updated. So JJ, you know, tomorrow's space we're gonna go. I'm gonna go and we're gonna look up some nice, some fun NFT mints that we can do on that Monad chain, and you know, maybe possibly create a little bit of a home there for ourselves. Why not, right? It's fun to do. So every day in our spaces we're gonna touch on that Monad and get to see if we can get some mints out and some bullish ones too. I've seen some awesome things being happening on there already. A very bullish collections, also some meme tokens, right? So let's just have fun on the daily by touching on some Monad every every time we open a space. Yeah. So I am gonna come up to the end of this show because I still need to have dinner.
Yeah.
And we've been going on for pretty long. So any of you want to shill something? Are we gonna shill something here? Andro, you're on stage. You want to shill? Andro was just stage farming at this point. That's so good, my guy. I don't know, Risk, we kind of lost you. Let's get you back on.
I just want to say that you reached your 50 comments before the end of your space world. Gee, these people are so lazy in here.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of my fault too because when I start to talk about technical things, people are just, hopefully paying attention to that, not really minding that you should also leave a comment and repost the space because, um, you know, uh, giveaway time, right? So I'm trying to get Risk here back on stage. Tick, was there anything you were looking at, maybe on Monad or in general?
Um, Nothing in particular. I mean, there's been a few like random things that I stumbled across, but nothing too important. You know, I'm trying not to get too distracted with like degenning and stuff because I was like looking at some stuff on Solana. I think I posted it in the TG to check the ticker. Yeah, there was Shillbill and another one that was called Convo.wtf, which the Convo.wtf project seems interesting. I don't know. Have you heard of it?
I have not heard of it, but
Okay.
I do see some news coming in on Bitcoin, right? And also today is that Bitcoin 2025, and I think JD Vance is going to talk there. I'm wondering if he's going to talk about what the Bitcoin reserve things, the deadlines that were reached there, and what came out of that. Um, but yeah, now the daily. Oh, this was from the block. I need another one. I hold on. I had it here and now it's gone. Go to my notes. Go to notes. Yeah. So Money Control just reported that Trump Media to raise 2.5 billion to invest in the Bitcoin. So Trump Media and Technology Group will raise 2.5 billion to invest in Bitcoin. U.S. President Donald Trump's social media firm said on Tuesday. So that was yesterday. Or yeah. It looks to diversify its revenue streams with a push into the financial sector. The company is raising the funds by selling 1.5 billion in stock at its last closing price at 1 billion in convertible notes priced at 35% premium. That was all said in a few statements. The Bitcoin will be held on Trump Media's balance sheet alongside existing cash and short-term investments totaling 759 million as of the end of the first quarter. Crypto platforms Anchorage Digital and Crypto.com will provide custody for the Bitcoin holdings. So, Crypto.com, still bullish, huh? We view Bitcoin as an apex instrument of financial freedom, Trump Media CEO Devin Noon said, hailing the move as a big step forward in the company's plan to acquire crown jewel assets consistent with America's first principles. So, wow, they're right making using big words there. Shares of the company behind Truth Social, a streaming and social platform, were down 6% early in trading. Trump Media has been exploring potential mergers and acquisitions as it aims to diversify into financial services. Last month, it reached a binding agreement to launch various retail investments products, including crypto and exchange traded funds aligned with Trump's America First policies. The Trump family, long rooted in skyscrapers and country clubs, has opened multiple beachheads in crypto. Ooh, quickly gaining hundreds of millions of dollars. Those other crypto forays include Trump NFTs, right? Trump NFTs, and meme coin, a stake in newly formed Bitcoin producer called American Bitcoin, and the cryptocurrency exchange World Liberty Finance. But the crypto push has attracted scrutiny from lawmakers. Here we go, including Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren, right? She just should join the rest of the bears there. So yeah, that's kind of some bullish news around Bitcoin coming from the Trump corner right there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, again, what am I seeing for Bitcoin? Well, kind of discussed it early in the space, but yeah, if you are just falling into the space a little later, this is just my TA on it. I don't see 150,000 Bitcoin just yet, right? I don't think we're going to do it for the summer. Anyway, I'm looking at a target for if we take out the all-time high when you're not smacked and punched in the face. Previous all-time high we just printed last week. Then my target would be 116, 124, anywhere between that. There is room for that on that stochastic RSI, but I don't see there's enough rubber band to shoot us straight to Valhalla. Of course, we are going to see that dominance just rise up a little bit. If it does, and Bitcoin is pumping, sometimes your alts may turn red, right? So if your alts are red and Bitcoin is pumping, it's usually because that dominance is rising. So understanding that dominance pressure and the dominance cycle on its own is going to help you out with your altcoins, also your meme coins. And I'm not talking about the new launches. I am talking about the meme coins already existing out there, because this is just a sentiment thing. When all of the money moves into Bitcoin, yeah, it's going to leave, the rest with empty hands. And so when that dominance pushes up and Bitcoin is pumping, a lot of people are just rotating back into Bitcoin. That's what it says. So you know what's going on, right? You understand that process, and if you understand that, then you don't have to feel like it is the project's fault. I mean, it could very well be if you didn't do your research, right? But if you find previously to be bullish on it, but now you're wondering why is this going down? Why no pumpy, right? Bitcoin's pumping, why no pumpy? All right, you got to check that dominance then, and to see there's nothing wrong with the project you're holding. The dominance is on the rise together with Bitcoin, and that is just sucking the market a little bit. So understanding that is what's going on makes you a better investor, right? If you have that DCA strategy, you'll be looking to add for dips there, because when the Bitcoin goes up, when the dominant goes up and the dominance then drops, it is going to come back into the market, right? And it is going to pump that token. You were probably were thinking about selling the bottom off, right? Yeah, that's what happens then. They're going to do like these 50, 100, 200% pumps when the Bitcoin dominance drops more than 5%. And we saw the same thing happening in November. So that's just, I'm going to keep reminding you guys of how this works. So you learn how to see that market better, right? Dick?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know now, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry. Sometimes you're thinking, what's going on? And I don't look at Bitcoin because I don't hold Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin is kind of what's pumping us all. So you kind of have to look at Bitcoin sometimes, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. And you need to be stacking Bitcoin. I don't know what you're doing. If you need to stack your Satoshis. And, a strategy for that could simply be, stop buying a coffee outdoors or plastic things at the dollar store you do not need, right? You do not need another pair of shoes. I keep telling myself that. Yeah, just that coffee money, buy some Bitcoin. And then you'd be like, how do I do that? Well, go on an exchange because of the fees, right? Wait till you hit like 400 of worth of Bitcoin and send it to a cold storage or a ledger, right? Or um, cold storage simulation could be very much, an old phone, old device, yeah, old tablet, old laptop, that kind of stuff. Just erase everything off of there. Just put your main wallet on there. Only connect to the internet when you are when you need that wallet, right? To access that wallet, always make sure a loved one knows that you have that, right? Or at least they can access it if something happens, right? So a lot of people forget about that part, and because it's kind of important, right? And you're not jinxing yourself; you're just making sure if something happens, the bitcoins will bless your loved ones, right? So that's just part of your financial hygiene, I would say. So by doing that, by simulating a cold storage like that, you can go ahead then on a different device, hit up all the social media, possibly click on a drain link, but that will happen to you. Right? So uh, I have had people with their main wallets hot, right, open, clicking a link and losing everything. You guys, it's not worth it. Just use an
Yeah.
older device and keep yourself a little bit of, distance. It's also very good for ape prevention. So if you if you see something on Pump Fund trending, which is a top sign by the way, right? And you wanting to ape, but you have no Solana, and you're like, oh, it's on my main wallet. Well, first you then have to go ahead and open that device connected to internet, and that would take a few minutes. Maybe you cool down and see that chart coming down, and you'll be like, all right. Maybe I do not need to ape today. So I'm not against aping at all. I ape all the time, you guys. But we should do that with money that we are, that we are willing to lose, right? And then sometimes you feel bad about it too, because then you could have DCA'd into your one of your favorite meme tokens or alt tokens and been better off altogether. And but if you do ape, I wish you 1,000x always, right? Always. And sometimes it's just fun. You just, especially if the market is boring. I get it. And we're gonna do a lot of aping over the summertime, right, Tick? We're hella bored.
Indeed. Yes.
Deep, deep. Will you say deep?
Oh no, I was saying yes, indeed.
Oh yes,
A
indeed.
lot of aping going on in the summer.
Yeah, that's in the summertime
When
when the
everything's
market
on
is,
sale.
yeah. When you're still looking at the 1 minute chart, but 70% of crypto's on vacation that
Hmm.
time, right? And you get bored and you're thinking like, yeah, I just sit here. I need to eat something. I need to make a trade. So we're gonna close out this space. I say Risk is not back on stage with us, but thank you for your engagement again today, you guys. Tomorrow we're gonna be back as usual. Hopefully we get some other bullish projects on here, right? We had SINAI shilling today. We had Cricket token. I also shout out to that Balt Inu community. We had the Chadet community in here. I mean, look, this is great. It's what we need to be doing. We need to be talking and listening to the real voices out there and the projects that are actually grinding, right? Because they might not be moving right now, but I know at one point they will full send.
What's the ticker?
So yeah, what's the ticker?
What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat, got a runner on the map. Solana sniping like a gat, and the SUI is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the meme coins back. 1,000x is gonna land. I got he chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Thank you, Tick, for co-hosting again. Everybody on stage, follow each other. Follow each other. Why not? Engage. We can all win, right? Tick, some last
Absolutely.
words.
Thank you guys again. We'll see you tomorrow.
Stay bullish.